Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Brain chips have been a thing of fiction for as long as science fiction has been around, from books to movies to tabletop RPGs to video games to even in our real world. From cochlear implants to the device that helps Stephen Hawking talk, but these devices in real life are nowhere like what we see in fiction. Devices that let you telepathically control tech or communicate with friends and family from your head, or even cure brain related problems and actually enhance the brain beyond basic human capabilities. On the 26th of May 2023, the United States Food and Drug Administration, or FDA for short, gave Neuralink the green light to go ahead with human trials of their brain chip. This approval for human trials means Neuralink is one step closer to actually bringing these chips onto the market to help people with conditions these chips could cure. Musk himself is so confident in these chips, he has said, I would be comfortable implanting this in one of my kids or something like that at this point. And he has also stated that at some point, one of the Neuralink press screenings, he will be there with an implant in himself. For Neuralink to pass FDA checks, they've had to fix up and address a few problems after initial application was denied due to the lithium-ion batteries in these implants, among other things. But this, just as with every innovation throughout human history, there are downsides to these implants, and also some major risks that could come along with them. Over the course of animal testing, Neuralink has been very open about using animals to test this chip. 1,500 animals have died. Some had to die so they could do autopsies on the brains of these animals to see how the chip would affect brain tissue, but some animals died from rushed experiments, resulting in the chips being put in the wrong spot or animals just dying in surgery due to the surgeries being rushed. From Musk wanting testing to be sped up. Out of the 8 founders of Neuralink, only 2 are left, Elon Musk himself and Don Jincio. Future problems that could occur with this technology are people using the chips in malicious ways, such as hacking into people's brains and possibly being able to rewrite someone's personality and moods, which is a very terrifying thing to think about, but could be a possibility with these brain chips. As for every positive thing, there are those who set out to ruin it for everyone else. These chips could also create a hiring bias for those who have the chip, as it could help boost intelligence, meaning it could be necessary for people to get a chip to compete for a lot of jobs. It could also like with a lot of tech nowadays, be very cheap knockoffs that will seem like they're a good price compared to the somewhat expensive price that Neuralink most likely will be, as it is new tech and only one of its kind. Literally, it's 2 cheap knockoffs that could be quite harmful to those who install it, but I do believe there will end up being intensely strict regulations around brain chips that could reduce the harm of knockoffs significantly. Another problem that could be with integrating these into current school systems and testing and exams, as a chip could make it significantly easier for kids to be able to cheat, as they could access the internet from their brain, and end up making school harder for those without a chip, or boring for those with one, ending with segregated schools or increase in dropout rates for school as it got too hard for the ones who had fully organic brains, rather competing with the ones with the chips, and will lead them just to be competing with them in the workplace as they had been in school. This future race, as we're starting to see unfold before our very eyes, is quite scary but hopeful in what it can achieve for the next stage of our evolution and bring us closer to a science fiction-esque world. What Neuralink and Elon Musk are trying to do is to create a brain chip that could do, as mentioned before, link up with tech, giving everyone has borderline telepathy. Also, Neuralink aims to cure conditions such as being blind and full body paralysis. This is possible because our brains are naturally occurring electronic devices, so putting electrodes into the brain and connecting to the chip, we can reroute those signals around damaged parts of the nervous system, allowing for full body control to be regained, but you can also enhance the brain with a chip. You could theoretically replay memories in fully clear images or video like a movie in your mind. The Neuralink is hoped to be able to cure mental conditions such as schizophrenia and autism, which could help a lot of people reintegrate or flat out integrate into society. I knew curing autism is a shifty and controversial subject, as not all autistics, such as myself, need a lot of help to go with society or any help, no help at all. But others do struggle with severe symptoms and are unable to care for themselves, and this could also help them have a normal life, as well as many others with very different conditions that require a lot of medication to treat, allowing them to disregard the meds and not have to look back because the chip in their head is helping them deal with these illnesses such as schizophrenia, depression, and anxiety and the likes. Another thing these chips could do is theoretically grant anyone who has one photographic memory, allowing them to literally take a screenshot, store it in their brain, allowing them to pull it up with the chip, which brings us back to the problem if these get into schools, age kids, which it could make it 10 to 100 times harder for those who don't have a chip. A school would have to be made harder for the ones with a chip. So like alcohol, there should be an age limit on these devices to even out the playing field, but that also keeps some handicapped kids handicapped for 18 to 20 years of their life at the maximum. But these chips are the next phase of human evolution. They will allow us to do a lot more things and bring all of humanity to a more even playing field with each other and the tech we use on a daily basis. There will no longer be a worry for people who become handicapped, as they could get a chip and help them regain independence nearly straight away, as the procedure is being done with robots, which takes about an hour to do the whole procedure, and also removes human error from the list of factors that could inhibit the procedure. What Neuralink and Musk in turn are trying to do in the tech world is highly interesting, beneficial for our species, but as stated, there are downsides and negative things to everything.